Hey folks, Country Prepper here. Well, I was tagged by Bristol Prepper, and he wanted to see our most modified gear, favorite piece of modified gear. And I have a couple different things to show you, one of which is not terribly modified, but it's something I did modify and one of my favorite pieces of gear. And then something else that I modified quite a bit. This, to start off with, is my MTech, MT2035 from MTech. And this is the second thing that I ever reviewed on this channel. And as you can see, it's been put through the paces quite a bit. It came with a hollow grind. I didn't really care for it, so I put kind of a, I don't know if you can tell on there, but it's somewhat of a convex edge on there now, or convex grind. A very high, very tall convex grind. But also, of course, took the coating off of it, shined it up a little bit. Redid the jimping just a little bit. If I had to do it again, I would have left the jimping alone. But it's not a bad little knife. It's 440C, drop point, and it's not too bad. For no more than you pay for it, it's a good little backup knife. I carried it as a backup knife for a long time. But nowadays it just kind of sits in the garage, and I process fat wood with it, stuff like that. You can kind of tell from looking at it. But I use it for that because it's stainless, so I don't have to worry about getting it cleaned up really well every time. So and it's a cheap knife. If it breaks, if something else bad happens to it, I'm not out much. So I don't know, that's just something that I've had around for quite a while, a couple of years now. And so I think it's a pretty good little knife, no more than it costs for whatever you're going to do with it. So might actually have to throw a decent sheath on there, but it comes with a little nylon sheath. But what I use it for, it doesn't really matter anyhow. So this is my SOG Tactical Tomahawk, and I carried this for a long time. This was in my bug out bag, and I used it a lot over the summer. Was that when I was out hiking with my bug out bag and trying to get in a little better shape to be able to carry that bug out bag. And so I used this a lot. But it's not very heavily modified. The main thing I did, I put paracord. You can kind of see the bottom wrap of the paracord there. And then wrapped it with this camouflage tape just to give you a little better purchase of the handle in case, using it for feather sticks, things like that. And then also if I swing and miss chopping on something, it's not going to damage the handle nearly as easily. So and then also I wrapped the tape around there and gave it a little bit of a palm swell, if you can tell, and just gives you a little better grip on there. The main reason that I bought this instead of one with a hickory handle in it is to practice throwing. And these synthetic handles are a little less apt to break, or quite a bit less apt to break, if you should miss and smack it upside a tree or something like that. So it's got a good weight to it and enough forward momentum that it works pretty good for chopping. So and then also having that checkered stuff right there makes it really good for pounding in steaks. And then this works good for, entrenching type of tool. So, yeah, I thought it was a pretty good purchase, and so I decided to modify it a little bit, make it a little more usable. So this is actually probably my most used piece of modified gear, even though it's not really that heavily modified. But anyhow, I don't know if I'm supposed to tag anybody in this or not, but I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to tag the guys from the Outdoor Arena Review Ring. So Leo over at Irish Zombie Nation, James Harris, he changed his channel name, it's Junkyard Fox now, and then Cody from NorCal Woodsman, Ben from Motorcycle Prepper, man, I don't want to forget anybody, Bearheart Outdoors, Micah over at Bearheart Outdoors, and then there's a new guy, Craig, from Nature Reliance. Pretty sure Nature, I think that's it. But anyhow, I'll leave a link to all their channels in the description below. I'll also leave a link to Bristol Prepper's channel and the video that he tagged me in here. So you guys can go follow along, see how it goes if you're interested. So that's it for today, guys. I've got some other things. I'm getting out to the woods this weekend before we have this massive snowstorm Monday. I guess not massive to some people. It's supposed to be somewhere around a foot of snow. So to the guys over on East that got buried, not as massive to you guys. So, but I'm gonna get out to the woods and shoot those videos before that hits us. So, got a lot of knife reviews and other things that need to be done out in the woods. So anyhow, that's it for today, guys. I'll quit rambling, and thanks for watching. See you next time.